Hello, YouTube. Daddy Leroy here. Smoking a little bag ass in my Dr. Graybo. I was sitting here thinking, and I started thinking about the different types of tobacco that I've used over time. And I was wondering, those of you smoking pipes out there, what other types of tobacco do you now or have you in the past used? I mean, when I was a boy, I started off when I was about I'd say about 8 years old. Chewing tobacco. My uncle chewed Red Man, and my cousin and me would get in the back of his old pickup truck where he threw his empty pouches, and we'd get them old pouches out, and it'd always be a leaf or two left in them. We'd chew on that. Then as time went on, there was a little old store down the road, and my aunt used to give us quarters to go down there and play video games, kind of get us out of her hair for a little while. And we'd act like we were going down there and play video games, and we'd save up our quarters and buy a can of snuff. And, it was always from my uncle or from my daddy or something. Back in the days when they didn't have to have an ID to sell tobacco. And then when I was a teenager, I started smoking cigarettes. Did that for a while. Went back to smoking, dipping snuff. Bounced back and forth between chewing tobacco and dipping tobacco. When I was in college, I bought me a pipe, smoked it for a little while, didn't know what in the world I was doing. Smoked it so hot, burned my mouth. Tried it for a while, just got aggravated and quit. went back to dipping and chewing, smoking cigarettes. Chewed and dipped just about anything that there was on the market to chew or dip. My favorite chewing tobacco, Brown's Mule. If you never tried that, it's real strong chewing tobacco. Makes real black juice. I like it. That and Bloodhound. Comes in a plug, wrapped in a little cellophane wrapper. I take it out of that cellophane, put it in a Ziploc bag. And like I said, I dip just about every kind of dipping tobacco there was. Copenhagen, Skoal, Kodiak, Happy Days. Gold River, Silver Creek. Funny story about how I started dipping Kodiak. I've told this before, when I was about 13, I went to work for my uncle on his soybean farm. At the time I was dipping Skoal, but I had two cousins, my uncle's two boys. They dipped Skoal too. They were considerably older than me. In their, I don't know, 20s. One of them may have been even in his 30s. But they would want a bum dip, and when they got a dip, there went half you can. So I supplied them with Skoal for just about long as I was wanting to, and decided I was going to have to find me something else. So I started dipping Kodiak. None of them out there like that. A whole lot more wintergreen. It kind of changes the flavor. And they would not bum a dip of that. So that's how I cleared up that little problem. And I dipped Kodiak the rest of the time I worked out there. But like I said, I was just wondering about everybody else, because I know what I've smoked and dipped. Am I the only one around that's been pretty much around the world as far as tobacco goes? Have any of you, you know, leave me a comment, do something, let me know what all y'all have tried in the past, or still doing, you know. You know, I'm just curious. So, with that, until next time.